I'm Chantal Rochelle, and this is The Sit Down. I'm here with actor Tiffani Thiessen, star of Alexa and Katie on Netflix. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
It's basically your second home, right?
Kind of like my second home. I lived here for a long time, yeah.
Oh, awesome. So
yeah, I conceived a daughter here.
Yeah, no big deal. Just
private
brought
moment.
A life into the world.
Private moment.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, won't get into too much detail.
Yeah, not too much. Well, awesome. So you have a lot going on right now. You play Lori, the mother of a teenage daughter who's struggling and fighting cancer on the hit Emmy-nominated Netflix show Alexa and Katie. And I'm curious, how is Lori's parenting style similar or different to your own? Because you have two beautiful children.
I know. Well, the only difference really, truly, there's a lot of similarities, but my kids are much younger. It was definitely hard to swallow the fact that they wanted me to play a mother of two teenagers.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? I have young children.
Like, excuse me?
I know, right? No, but the show's got a lot of heart. You know, most typical sitcoms, you know, are all about the laugh and the funny, and we have a lot of that. But because we have such a serious sort of kind of storyline running through the show, with my daughter, you know, having cancer and kind of dealing with that, there's a lot of heart to it, and it's been a really great, I feel very blessed to be a part of such a great show, and the cast is amazing, the crew, and we were super excited to get nominated for an Emmy. Lost to Big Bird, but that's okay.
Yeah, Big Bird.
Yeah, it's Big Bird. You're going to lose to anybody, you lose to Big Bird, right?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
An iconic figure. And the show deals with such a heavy subject matter, but still at the base of it, such a traditional sitcom.
Yeah, correct.
How do you balance having that funny and serious tone throughout the show?
Well, I mean, it's definitely not, you know, it's the writers. I mean, it's the creator and the writers. I think they've done such an amazing job. And I think it really showcases, too, like, showing that humor really is quite helpful in a lot of things that can be kind of serious and hard to deal with. But they also show kind of the parallel part of how, you know, she's embarking into high school. That's such a huge thing for a lot of teenagers. It's so much new. But then having this whole other side to it where, you know, she's going through cancer treatment. And it shows really the closeness between the two best friends, and really having a best friend and having family, how important that is.
Like having that unity, making sure
absolutely.
For you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Did you have to do any research or talk to any mothers or family members who are dealing with cancer to research this role?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think a lot of us can say we're all touched by cancer in some form, but I used to help actually run a cancer camp for kids. I used to volunteer for a great camp in Idaho, and I did that for quite a few years. And so I had probably 60 kids that all had different types of cancer, and so I had a lot of background in that.
Awesome. So what do you want kids and families who are dealing with serious illnesses and things like that to take away from the show this season? I
think that there's, you know, I mean, again, I think we all have been touched by cancer some way, some shape and form, and truly how love can really, you know, and support can really make a difference in someone's life. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think the great thing about it is you've had such a long trajectory in your career, and you played the
You're basically telling me I'm old,
You're not old.
No.
You are very experienced and very well good at your craft.
You're so sweet.
So, I mean,
so sweet.
Everyone loves what you do, and you played Kelly Kapowski on the hit show Saved by the Bell, and your on-screen daughter. Is there any advice that you gave her being so young in the industry and how to really navigate, you know, the industry?
It's hard. She's still so young that I haven't had like that big conversation, but she's had moments where she's starting to see how other people react to her mom, like that kind of thing. So it's in the beginning stages, but she, you know, it's a question I'll probably have to answer in a couple years, really. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we talk about it. She knows what I do. Before, it was always mommy's a cooker, you know, because when she first got old enough to understand what I was doing a cooking show and, you know, doing my book, which took quite a few years. So it was more of that. And now that I'm on Alexa and Katie, which she's obsessed with.
Oh, really?
But she's more obsessed with the girls on the show, not me. Like, I'm nothing. She's like, Mom, whatever. But she sees people recognizing me from that show, you know, that are her age and her mom's. It's funny. I mean, she's sometimes a little shy with it, but she kind of takes it in. She's like, Mommy, it's kind of funny how they recognize you from that show now, not your cooking show. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it happens. Yeah.
Are you a fan of any of nostalgic TV shows or any current TV shows right now, like any teen dramas?
You know, I'm not a big TV watcher, but I did I watched a little bit when I was younger. But I just met Dan Rather, and CBS Sunday Morning News was my favorite.
Oh, gosh.
literally my favorite news, right? I kind of geeked out.
Yes.
So it's like people like that I kind of geek out. Some musicians too.
How do you,
know?
like Dan Rather? That's a
He
big
was
deal.
so lovely and so
nice.
gracious and so nice. All the things that you want him to be and how he seems like that on camera. I mean, I watched him for years.
Oh, Dan Rather,
yeah, I text that one right to my husband. I'm like, look what I got. Yes. I got a picture with Dan Rather.
Be jealous. So funny. So switching gears a little bit, your new cookbook, Pull Up a Chair, just dropped today. It's in bookstores.
I know,
it's here.
It's crazy.
So what has been some of the inspirations for the recipes in the book?
Oh, it's all family.
Okay.
From my family, you know, to when I was little, to, you know, my kids and my husband. And when, if you pick up the book, you'll see the heaviness of family everywhere. I mean, it's just, you know, I'm excited for people to see it. I'm excited for people to cook from it. But on a selfish, you know, like on a very, like, you know, personal level, right? I love that I get to keep this and have for my kids.
Yeah, and this is the perfect time for this to be dropping. I mean, fall's here,
I don't know.
Halloween's here. Yeah, we're basically Christmas. Happy New Year. So
oh, I know, right? When Halloween drops, you're right. You're like, Happy New Year, we're over. It's back to it's 2019.
I know, really,
2019.
honestly. So are there any recipes or any traditional cooking methods that you have?
Oh my gosh, there's tons. You know, there's many recipes that I wanted to put in there that were special to me and my family that I had to have in there. There's a lot of stuff that actually is really relatable for holiday. I love comfort food, so you know what I mean? Like, I mean, really. But I'm also a California girl, and you know, we get fruit like year round. So there's some Southern flair. My husband's from Houston, so you'll see a lot of my best friends from from South Carolina. So there's a lot of Southern flair. I have such a huge, you know, passion for that side of, you know, of America, and I just, if I could live in the South, I probably would.
Beautiful.
But there's a lot of California stuff in there too, so it's where I'm from.
I love it. I mean, from your cookbook to your amazing show, Alexa and Katie, you are doing it all, Tiffany.
Oh, you're sweet.
Of course. I mean, thank you so much for stopping by
today.
Me. And her cookbook in the stores, y'all. Yes. Go get it.
I love it. Texas. Yes, I heard it. I heard it.
You heard the Texas in me.
I love it. I love it.
Stay tuned, y'all, for more AM to DM.